Hi, I'm Judy Shook, and I've been inviting people to be a part of art as meditation or prayer for decades, literally. There are a number of things that have really helped me to break images of what art is and that we're all creative and we're all artists. I give thanks for Matthew Fox, the author who coined the phrase creation spirituality, who says really we all are artists because we're all creating things with our lives. Julia Cameron with The Artist Way was somebody I worked with for decades. I used her books and encouraging people to break their ideas of art having to be a product and art having to make money. Just creating with our lives can be an artful way of living. So, how do we use art as meditation? That's another big question. People have all sorts of ideas and approaches about meditation and prayer. And one of the things I've loved is the form of interplay, which talks on of dance on behalf of. So if you have a concern, sure, you can light a candle for somebody and lift up prayers that way, or meditate, hold them in the light, send them love. Those are options of supporting somebody. And interplay invites us to think of dancing on behalf of. So a dance on behalf of can be really simple. It's just moving your hand and having the attention of support, or it can be far more elaborate and detailed. Interplay co-founder Cynthia Winton Henry has also developed something called the Art of Ensoulment. And it's a workshop series, play shop, she calls it. And she has this wonderful playbook out, The Art of Ensoulment. I find it really helpful, her teachings, her wisdoms, her practices. And she talks about art as being one of our birthrights, just simply being human. We all create, we're all artists. So there it is again. Creating art as meditation is a way to shift our brains, to shift. Just doodling can sometimes calm us down from trying to be in the fight or flight mode, especially if we're concerned about a particular thing. There's a lot going on in the world today to be concerned about. And rather than being anxious about it, why not hold it in first shift ourselves so that we can be our best selves, that we can settle and calm our bodies so that we're not fighting it or flight away from it, but actually being present to the concern that is. So I've done protests in the streets with singing and drumming and all sorts of wonderful, artful ways of being present to challenges in the world. I've also done simple things. Recently, a friend invited me, asked me to pray for her. And I simply wrote her name down. I'm going to cover her name up for a minute. I wrote her name down and drew some waves and drew a tree with some lovely nuts underneath it because I know she has a wonderful tree like that, and a rainbow for transformation and healing and hope for her. And that's just a few minutes of meditating on her and holding her prayer concern was a way to be present for her, with her. And then I shared the picture with her as well. Another friend asked me for prayers because she's a minister of a congregation and they're threatening in California with all the storms and the wind, a lot of climate crisis kind of weather going on. She was concerned that the electricity would go out and they wouldn't be able to meet together safely or even travel safely to be there together. I drew trees rooted and deeply rooted and connected with the mycorrhizal network with support of other trees, thinking of our bare winter trees out my window and her redwoods in California, and a river staying in its banks, a rainbow, again, a sign of hope and transformation and making it through the storms with some sunshine. I received a great art as meditation kind of prayer gift in a shawl years ago when my former partner was in the hospital dying. Friends made this prayer shawl for me. Crocheting and other people will knit love and prayer into every single stitch they make. And so this was with him in the hospital and then with me as I grieved his death. And just beautiful, simple ways. Making a meal for somebody can be an art as meditation. Gardening and just thinking about someone, of course, arranging flowers. There's just many ways, writing, singing, whatever way you want to be creative. That's a way to hold someone, hold a concern in prayerful way or meditative way, and get yourself as settled and present as you can be so that you can be the best present self, centered and calm in any situation. I invite you to join me for some art as meditation practices. I'll give simple prompts, and you're welcome to bring whatever kind of art form you like. You can do some of the suggested art forms I suggest, or bring your own concerns. There's plenty to pray for, plenty to meditate on, and it's a great way to be together in a practice group. So please watch for me on those, and I hope you live a blessed and artful life.